Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this edition, the second edition of Shattered Saturday. As always, the goal is we kind of chill out, have a couple of drinks, and kind of just do stuff. Last time it was all about making drinks and talking about WrestleMania. This time, I decided we're going to have a couple of Rum and Cokes, Diet Cokes. Oh, for those wondering, what rum is in there specifically? Gubba Rum. I don't know if you can get it where you guys are from. It's very good here in locally Massachusetts, New England area. Really good. If you like Captain Morgan Black, but sometimes it thinks it's too heavy, switch to this. Has all the vanilla flavor. It's just much lighter. So, that's what we're drinking. Cheers. So now, what is the purpose of today's show? Well, today I took a bunch of random questions, put them in a hat, yeah. And we're going to play 20 questions, which basically means I have about 40 questions in here. I'm going to shake it up. Pick 20 at random. Some of these are wrestling related, hockey related, personal. Range the gambit as much as possible. And we're going to pick 20 of them and I'm going to answer them for you and drink. This should be fun. Alright, so what's our first question going to be? First question. Who is/are your senpais? For those of you who don't know, a senpai is kind of a mentor or a person who will never acknowledge your existence. As of right now, as far as muscle, weight training, just overall body look, I would have to go with Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. For professional wrestling, Shawn Michaels. Easy enough. So, Shawn Michaels and The Rock. We'll go with that for senpais. That's question number one. Question number two. Mix it up again. Three things on your bucket list. So, 3 things for the bucket list. Number 1, go to WrestleMania. In some capacity, whether it's on the show or at the show. I would love to go to WrestleMania. So that is a big one on the bucket list. Trying to think. I would love to take a cruise around the entire Mediterranean. I mean, that's like not elaborate, but it's up there. And third on the bucket list would be I want to be a heavyweight champion in any wrestling organization. Those are the 3 I can at least think of off the top of my head. Let's go to our next question. I just thought how long this video is going to end up being. 20 of these and... Ooh, excuse me. Can we follow you on Twitter? Absolutely. Should have prepared this and found out what my actual fucking Twitter handle is. So let me look it up. At StanTheMan44. That's how you can follow me on Twitter. I'll put it down in the below part of this video where you have all the subscribe and details and links and all that fun stuff. But yes, absolutely. You may follow me on Twitter. Next question. Number 5? Number 5. Numero 5. Yeah. What is your opinion on NXT? NXT is the new is a kind of developmental system for WWE right now. I'm sorry, this was question 4, not 5. But NXT is the best thing in wrestling. Period. It's only on for an hour a week, so it's short. It doesn't take long. You can watch it, and some of the matches are just flat out phenomenal. When they have their 2-hour special, it's one of the best things to watch. The wrestling is good. The wrestlers are good. The fans are phenomenal. I truly believe NXT is the best thing going in professional wrestling as of right now. The official number 5, because I can't count clearly. Side effect of Gubba Rum. This is a very timely question. Should the Bruins fire Peter Chiarelli? Absolutely. As you can see from this season, talent-wise, the Bruins aren't there. Speed-wise, the Bruins aren't there. Talent-wise, there's not enough good offensive talent on this team. So yes, General Manager Peter Chiarelli has not exactly put this team in a great light, has not given this team an opportunity to win, hasn't gotten the roster for this team to pull off successful wins. Therefore, based on what he's done over the past while, he should, in fact, lose his job. I'm sorry, I don't like to tell people to be fired, but results speak for themselves. I have to make another one of those soon. Do you watch MMA? MMA, otherwise known as mixed martial arts. Absolutely, I do. I absolutely enjoy watching mixed martial arts, UFC. I don't really watch a lot of Bellator or Strikeforce, if you can even find those anymore. But I really do like MMA, mixed martial arts. It's right. Basically, it's kind of the drama of professional wrestling, some professional wrestling storylines mixed in with actual fighting, where people actually punch each other in the face. I don't know if that's the best way to put it, but that's the appeal of MMA, is that people actually punch each other in the face. Question 7. Favorite WrestleMania match / moment? WrestleMania 12, Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Iron Man match will always, until otherwise proven, be my favorite WrestleMania match. And it will also be my favorite WrestleMania moment, where Shawn Michaels won the WWE Heavyweight Championship, and in the center of the ring just made it look like he was in tears. And the boyhood dream has come true, and it was one hell of a moment. Alrighty, question 8. I had to make myself another drink. Question 8. Favorite match? And I'm assuming you mean by that favorite wrestling match. As for favorite wrestling match, I think it ties in a little bit with my favorite WrestleMania moment. But I think my favorite match still remains to be the Bret Hart Shawn Michaels 60-minute Iron Man match. It was just timed out perfectly, went to overtime, great finish, and I mean, I could talk on and on and on about that match, but I'm not gonna, because we have more stuff to get to. Let's get to question 9. Question 9. Who is your current celebrity crush? Wow. Ronda Rousey. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry. It's Ronda Rousey. I love an athletic girl who can take care of herself, and I mean that as not in like she can kick some ass, but seriously, she can kick some ass. She's a pretty tough individual. But yeah, Ronda Rousey right now. Top of the world. Question 10. Halfway there. And 1/10 of all the questions that I've put in. Name 3 superstars that influence one of your characters. And by that I mean one of the characters that I would choose to portray in when I get into the world of professional wrestling. One of them is a kind of an arrogant French, Middle Eastern or Mediterranean kind of East European guy who's good at everything, or thinks he's good at everything. So a lot of the influences for that, Rick Rude, Mr. Perfect, absolutely Mr. Perfect. And surprisingly, and I know like it fits, but I don't want to copy the whole entire gimmick verbatim. Triple H, not as the game, but Triple H as Hunter Hearst Helmsley or Jean-Paul Levesque. Those are kind of 3 superstars that I would kind of see taking stuff from and mending them together into getting a gimmick that I would really like. Let's jump to question 11 here. Question 11. This will be controversial. Is Steamboat versus Savage overrated? This has come up a little bit, especially with the Macho Man, Randy Savage, being inducted into the Hall of Fame during WrestleMania weekend. But there's been kind of a lot of people, at least in WWE, who have been saying that Steamboat Savage is the greatest match of all time. I don't personally see it that way. It's a great match. It's a fantastic match. And quite literally, it stole the show on a very kind of a 2, 3, 4 match pay-per-view that was WrestleMania 3. And yes, WrestleMania 3 I think is a very overrated WrestleMania personally. But Steamboat vs. Savage, for its time, was the best match at that time during that era. And lately, just because of the things people are doing, as well as a lot of the things that different skill sets and different styles, you're seeing people being able to do better, or not better, but more moves in the ring. So, yes, Steamboat vs. Savage is a great WrestleMania match, and it's up there on anybody's top 10 list, top 15 list. I don't think that it can be given the number 1 spot consistently. I just don't. So does that make it overrated? No. I don't see it as an overrated match. I don't see it as an underrated match. I think it's given its proper praise and its proper place in history. That was an in-deep question. I think we're on question 12. I'm losing my train of thought here. Question 12. Sure. I'm probably going to be editing this, and it's like, no, it's question 13, you idiot. Favorite hockey player? A lot of people... Let me count this out. Yeah. Anyway, favorite hockey player. For those who watch the Bruins recap show, more often than not, you will hear me mention the name Patrice Bergeron, and that's for good reason. As far as the Bruins is concerned, Patrice Bergeron is my favorite hockey player on the Boston Bruins. I think he's the best overall player on the Boston Bruins, being one of the leading scorers every year, being the best and most defensively responsible centerman on the Bruins team, being able to win faceoffs, power play, penalty kill. He can do it all. And that's why I think Patrice Bergeron is one of the best players on the Boston Bruins. However, my favorite player in the entire league, you're looking at probably Patrick Kane. And that goes against everything that I've said positive against Patrice Bergeron. But yeah, Patrick Kane's skill set, his talent, his ability to skate, his shooting, and he can play some defensive hockey very well. But with a game on the line, I want Patrick Kane. So, I think we're at 13, maybe 14. I'll count it up. If I do one more, you get a bonus question. How lucky would you be? I'm not answering all 40, though. No. Don't have the time. Ain't nobody got time for that. So question 13. What is your current favorite movie? As you can kind of see behind me, I have a lot of movies. I have an absolute ton of movies. Some of which I haven't even watched yet. Very unfortunate. Seriously, you gotta get some of this rum. But as far as my favorite movie is concerned, it's Thank You for Smoking. Kind of into politics a little bit, so the satire is very good. It's very funny. There's a couple of good scenes in it. I think it's a really, really good movie, and it's well worth a watch if you haven't seen it. Or if you have seen it, watch it again, buy it, rent it, whatever. Thank You for Smoking, yeah. Favorite movie. You'd think it would get easier to pull these out the less you get, but they clump together pretty quick. I want to be a pro wrestler. Where do I go? Well, my dear friend, depends on where you are. If you are, say, where I'm from in the Northeast, you want to go to the New England Pro Wrestling Academy with Brian Phillips as your head trainer. Probably the best, one of the best in New England, bar none. So definitely that'd be a place to go. But what if I live in anywhere other than the Northeast? What's a good place for me? Look, you gotta do your research. But if you have the ability and you have the funds and you have the time, the overall dream school that I want to go to, or that I would want to go to if I get the opportunity, would be Storm Wrestling Academy up in Calgary with Lance Storm. So if you want to be a wrestler, go to Lance Storm. I think we're at 16. Favorite finishing move? In various ways. There's a couple of different ones that come to mind as far as favorite finishing move goes. You have, if you're looking for like a flashy finishing move, I've always been for whatever reason, a fan of the Canadian Destroyer. It is such a goofy move, and anybody who knows wrestling can, or even if they don't know wrestling, they can watch that one move and be like, that is fake as fuck. That is the most fake thing I've ever seen, and you're absolutely right. But it looks cool. But the go to sleep is a really good one. It looks like it could actually knock someone out. It could be a really good finisher. So I mean, it depends. Like, do you take into account how it's set up? There's many different finishing moves that I really like. The Sweet Chin Music Super Kick, even though it's been done to death, and any person in their right mind knows how to do a super kick now, and pretty much you see it about 50 times a match. So there's that. So yeah, I don't think I answered your question. I think I posed other questions, but sure, we'll go with whatever answer I just gave. 16, 17. I really should count up those before we go. Oof. We're getting deep. We're getting deep now. If you could change one thing about yourself, what would it be? We're getting really, really serious now. If there's one thing that I could really, really change about myself, it would be to completely get rid of my anxiety. I've had an anxiety disorder probably since childhood. It's come and gone. I've tried dealing with it as best I can without medication, because I refuse to take anxiety medication, and I refuse to actually kind of go through it, because I think I can manage it pretty well. But if I could live my entire life without having any anxiety, that would be the one thing I'd change about myself. I'm gonna count these questions up, see how many I have left to do. I'm sorry, this will take a minute. I should probably cut here. Yeah, I'm gonna cut here, and we'll be right back. So after doing some quick counting, we've gone through 16 questions, which means this is 17. I forget if I'm right, I forget if I'm wrong. But yeah, we're on number 17, so we got 17, 18, 19, and 20. Number 17. Worst match I have ever seen. Wow. That's a toughie. Worst match I've ever seen. I can't think of one that comes off the top of my head. It's been... Actually, no, I rephrase that. I'm just gonna go with Kennel from Hell match. I think that's a good answer. Al Snow, Big Boss Man, Kennel from Hell. Because why not? 18. What is your favorite color? Blue. No, green. No. Ah! That's a Monty Python and the Holy Grail reference. Cheers to me. But realistically, it is blue. That was the easiest question I've answered all day. So, next, in 19... Number 19. Favorite YouTubers? That's a tough one as well, because I don't really subscribe to channels per se. I kind of watch different shows. I guess that's the word to put it. So like, say... Actually, no. The biggest one that I watch a lot is Tipsy Bartender. Obvious. Because I'm making a show about drinking and doing shit. So yeah, Tipsy Bartender is a big one that I like. I also like watching a lot of different shows within things that people do. So, for example, I don't subscribe to Hannah Hart, but I'm a big fan of My Drunk Kitchen. So I don't know if that answers your questions. I kind of bounce around, watch different things. Basic YouTube syndrome, where you're just bored, nothing to do. You put on YouTube and you just watch video. Oh, videos so things you may like based on this video. Wow, that's cool. Watch that. No, I'll watch that. Well, maybe I'll watch that. That looks interesting. And then you bounce around from different people, places, channels, shows, episodes, whatever. So, long story short, I don't watch a lot of YouTubers, but I watch a lot of shows that they make, I think. Unless you include myself, I guess maybe I'm my favorite YouTuber. I think this is our final question. Either that or we're at 19. Do you prefer to be a heel or a babyface? That is a very good question. Being a newer wrestler, it's easier to be a babyface because you don't really have to do a lot of work to get the crowd behind you, per se. Especially if you're in there with a good heel. And usually they'll put you with somebody who's more experienced with you as you start out. At least I'd hope they wouldn't put two people green as goose shit together. I have seen that a couple times and it just comes out horrendous. But generally speaking, you'll get somebody who is more experienced and a better wrestler than you. And from there, they can do a lot more to get the heat on them. And so you can be a better babyface and get the crowd support. With that being said, though, I would rather be a heel. I love the ability to kind of make people hate me. I like having that. I like being able to kind of go into and get booed, get called an asshole, and it's just more fun to be a heel. It's more fun to be a villain. More fun to be hated. And I am out of rum. Why is all the rum gone? Final question. And it's not why is all the rum gone. Because I can answer that question in a bit. And pick a good one. We gotta end on a good note. Alright. What sports have you played? That's a fair question. As you could probably tell, because I do a hockey show on this YouTube machine, I am a hockey player. I've played hockey and skated since I was 3 years old. Now, with that being said, I've also played football for a good number of years. I've done Taekwondo for 4 years. I'm actually a black belt. I can kick somebody in the head and be real about it. Right now, I'm also in a slow-pitch softball league, and I play bocce if you consider that a sport. So yeah, I think that's 20. If not, you'll probably see me cut here and film another couple of questions. I hope you enjoyed this. It's kind of a little bit of a get to know me, as well as a kind of fun way to make something with this show, or something that I can do every week that is fun, entertaining, and plus I get to drink. So it's a win-win for everyone. If you want to see me do more of this, let me know. Subscribe, like this video. Until then, I'll see you next Saturday. Go out and get yourself some Gubba Rum. It's very good, very vanilla-y, very light, perfect for a nice New England spring day where it actually hits the 60s. I'm going outside because I look pale as shit. See you next time on either the next Bruins recap show or another episode of Shattered Saturday or whatever thing I do on this YouTube channel. So long.